Hello and welcome, it's Kosh here at Granite CRC, and today I have a new project. So I've got some body mounts for the Charisma Coyote, well, for the SCA-1E I guess, because it's possibly no longer going to be a Coyote. But I'm needing them for new body. This is the 1981 Range Rover, if I remember. Range Rover, so yeah, you can see that's what it is. And that's what it's going to turn out to be. What I'm going to do with this though is I'm going to paint it how I painted the Coyote. Not the same colour of it, because you know it's nice to have something different. But what I did with the Coyote was I painted kind of a rust and silver underneath, and then went on top of the bodywork. Because then once you start driving around, it'll damage itself, so you don't have to detail bumps and scrapes into the paintwork. That's the lazy way. But anyway, I'm going to show you what I'm doing with that, and do some painting, I guess. I'm kind of going for more of an aged look, so I kind of want to go for black and red, I think. Make it a little bit interesting, that sort of deeper red instead of a bright shiny red. Let's get this opened up and start having a look around at what's all in there. Okay, so it looks like that's the headlights, bumpers, light buckets, or at least just light covers. That'd be the window covers. Yeah, there's a lot of black detailing on bits, but to be honest I don't want to use stickers. I'm going to mask it off and spray it on because, you know, why not? And yeah, the windscreens and things, but instead of windscreens I think I've got some window tint there. So yeah, we'll use that instead of stickers. I don't think I'll need to mask any of the windows inside or out. I can use one set inside, one set outside. Sorted. Right, I guess we'll have to get on with this. Let's see how it goes. All radiator cover, so we're going to have to fit that into there, which means punching out a few holes. Kind of want to do the holes first, because if it goes wrong I can kind of cover up with the painting. So yeah, it's going to look reasonably good there. We'll get on with this. I guess I'll cut everything out, get the holes drilled in, and then go from there. Okay, so I was just looking at these the back lights, and I was trying to figure out how it is, but I think what we're going to have to do is mask that bit off as well, glue it from the inside, or stick it with the pads which come with it, so that should be fine there. It's best to check these things out beforehand, I guess, so you know how everything can go together. Right, the fun bit, let's get cutting things. Okay, so we've got the wheel arches and the excess on things like the bumper areas taken off, and it's all kind of almost flat. There's just one little bit there. I'll quickly tidy that, but we'll get on with putting some holes in here, I guess. So that fits in quite nicely there. Bit of hassle trying to get things lined up. It seemed like there was a fraction of a mil out on certainly that side marking from where the centre was. So that's one thing to watch out for. It's just trying to figure out what to do with the front, because if you see there, get a right angle there, kind of inset. So I don't know if it's going to be better cutting out that. Right, I think I've got a plan. I'm just going to kind of put holes in them and then maybe take body scissors just to try and cut out little bits here and there until those buckets fit in there. Find the right way. So, yeah. Okay, so that should all fit in once all the clips are put on. So I think I've kind of got that in there. It's a little bit fiddly but also annoying because I can't quite get that to fit in properly just at the side there. There's a little gap where it kind of seems like that should be curved around a little bit to get that in. Right, okay, so we've got the old coyote, the SCA-1E, whatever it is, from Prisma. I've done the main framework already, so it's a bit rough in some areas, but that's going to let me get all the bumpers and everything attached and set in place. I thought I might as well get the body pin placement sorted, which means getting rid of the old body, which has been quite beaten up in some areas, but that's pretty cool. That's as I said, it's kind of the destructible paint work which I'm going to go for. And I just need to swap these out, make sure it all lines up. But I just want to get all heights set first so I know where everything goes, so it's a lot easier once it's ready to be put onto the chassis. So yep, that fits fine, I'm quite happy with that. It's looking pretty even. It's all roughly in line. So yeah, I guess we're going to have to wash that down, just soapy water, well, a load of dish soap, get any grease out of there. Then we'll look at getting it dried up, getting the window masks on the inside, and then we can get on with putting the metal and rust effects from the inside out. Right, this is all dry, cleaned, hands are still clean, so I'm going to get these window masks on where they should be inside. Okay, I think that's about the best we can do with the marking out there. There's the odd air bubble here and there on things, but as long as there's nothing around the edges, then it shouldn't leak any paint into the windows. I'm starting to think these should have gone inside and the white ones should have gone outside. Shit. You know, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, after redoing the masking on the windows, I think I'm quite happy with that. So now I can paint over these tinted window blanks, because I've got tinted paint anyway. Paint on the outside, that should be close enough to what's needed there. But yeah, we'll get some paint on the go. So I've got a little bit of red primer. What else have we got there? Metallic graphite, metallic silver. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on with the primer in a couple of areas, just to kind of add a little bit of rust in, just very lightly, and then I'll go over the silver a little bit and I'll kind of mix and match it a little bit just to see how it looks. But yeah, this is always the the scary bit of painting something. Good thing is I'm going to be painting on top of it, so if I mess this layer up, that's not a problem. But this layer is basically for if any paint gets chipped off the outside, you'll still have something coming from underneath to show through, and it'll show a little bit of damage to the paintwork, and hopefully with the primer a little bit of a rusty silvery colour to it. Okay, so here goes nothing. So you can see it's kind of nice and silvery rusting. from that's fine. Let's try and give it another wash. We're going to get on with the window tints and remove the blank panels from inside. I'll probably take these end ones out as well, so I can get tinted lights at some point. I think there were stickers, but I'm probably not going to use them. For now that'll do. So I'll let that dry. I'll see if I can get a little bit of terps or something to get that off, and we can start on the outside. Oh no, I think we'll be okay. There's still we've still got window stickers on there, so it's not on the window. Oh, thank God for that. I was crapping myself there for a second. Right, in that case then we'll leave this to dry up. A little bit tacky, it's not going to take too long to dry up, and then we'll get started on the outside. Okay, I've washed this down again and dried it off just because there was some dust on it. But what I've done is I've gaff taped a little bit on the can, hold that there. And I'm just going to rest it on another pan there. So now I think I'll do is a little bit of primer, and then we'll move on to black base coat, and finally red. Okay, we'll give that a little bit of time to dry, maybe come back and give it a quick second coat as well. Okay, we'll just give this a quick second coat, and try and get all the pieces. Get something nice and even. Well, that looks like I'm done with that because I've used the primer. Put that down there with the rest of the used cans. So we'll let this dry up, and we'll come back and get the black on there. So it looks like we've got a pretty good covering. It's just about our black. I mean, you should probably do a couple of coats really thinly, but I kind of work around it thinly and build it up as I go. Seems to work for me. You just want to make sure you got all the nooks and crannies. But I think that's everything there. So we'll let this dry. and come back to it, although it's looking kind of fantastic in a matte black. Do I need the red? Okay, so the black's dry now. So I guess I need to mask off anything that wants to stay black. Because the red's going on next. So that's all masked up now. I think I'm ready to move on to the red. I better do just thin layers because I've only got the one can and the black took a can, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. Well, that's my red gone. I've tried to get it even, but it might be a little bit patchy in some areas still. I may have to order another red. I don't know. I'll see how it looks when it's dry. Okay, red's dry. But do need to kind of get more red, and unfortunately I only got the one can. There's a couple of little darker spots here and there. It's like 90% good to go. If I had like half a can more, then yeah, this wouldn't have been an issue. But oh well, what can you do? Apart from get more paint, I guess. Okay, can't remember where I left off, but I did need a little bit more red, so I had to get another can. There's just some little areas around where it masks which I hadn't quite covered. So anyway, I've got that, finished up the reds and taken off the masking tape to mask the windows out. I think the only thing I'm doing now is varnish. So we'll get some gloss on this, let it dry up, and then I can start attaching the bumpers and everything else I've got sitting waiting to go on. Alright, we'll give that a little bit. I might come back and give it another coat. But yeah, it just needs that little bit of time to dry up. I'll come back when it's ready. We'll get these decals off the windows and see how it's turned out. That's not looking too bad. The other little bits which the front is lifted whilst bringing off the masks. But, overall it's not too bad. Possibly picked up a little bit of dust or something here and there while spraying actually, but that's going to be fine, to be honest. I'm not going to notice it, but oh, so it's a nice shiny coat. So it'll be fun to see what happens, obviously scratching it up a bit on the trail, but all I've got left to do is bumpers, front and rear, and that's ready to go.